Star Wars fans made Obi-Wan Kenobi the most watched Disney Plus original series premiere of all time. And for that, I would say
I can't even woo because my voice.
And it just goes to show what this family can do when we all pull together. However, it seems that some of the fan base from this influential fan base have decided to attack Moses Ingram online and send her the most horrendous racist DMs. And I heard some of them this morning and it just broke my heart.
Can I get a count?
She's a brilliant actor. She's a brilliant woman. And she's absolutely amazing in this series. She brings so much to the series. She brings so much to the franchise. And it just sickened me to my stomach to hear that this had been happening. I just want to say, as the leading actor in the series, as the executive producer on the series, that we stand with Moses. We love Moses. And if you're sending her bullying messages, you're no Star Wars fan in my mind. There's no place for racism in this world. And I totally stand with Moses.
Okay, listen. So I decided to randomly, I swear to God, I mean this, to look at TheQuartering. I was like, I wonder what TheQuartering has to say. Maybe he's talking about it. Of course he is. Okay, so I just feel like I'm ready for a based take from TheQuartering. Let's see what he has to say. Ultimately, it seems like there's racism. I think that there's a really good argument to make that Disney doesn't actually care as an institution necessarily. But then again, you have to understand, this is probably the way that Disney orchestrates itself, is that there are like different branches depending on what they're dealing with. So there's probably like an American branch or a North American branch, like a European branch. It's probably like a China branch, or would you call it Asian branch? Is that in Asia? I don't know. I'm white. I don't have to know these things. All right, but you get my point. So, like, as an entire company, they don't care, but the individual parts probably do. So, like, you know, there's a bit of hypocrisy, but the people who advertise in America are not the same people who advertise in China, right? See, if China's in Asia, I knew that because I'm white. I don't know what I'm saying. Let's see what TheQuartering has to say. I wish I could see the screenshots, but like, dude, I'm not surprised that a black person gets spammed with the N-word. Like, of course, like, it's just unfortunately the reality of our life. And I'm not saying it should be like that. I'm just like, I believe her when she says it, you know, because people don't seem to like the character. It's an unlikable character, but that's kind of the point. She's a bad guy. Like, like, I don't know what to tell you. All right.
There is a great disturbance in the Force. One of your Inquisitors has received racist messages on Instagram.
I have no idea what it means.
Neither do I, but she has the receipts, although they do look a bit suspicious.
There's a thing called racial consciousness
that
we should be very proud of and very active in.
If you say so, Lord Vader.
What?
But we must avoid racial conceit.
Yes.
We envy white people. Not their color, but their advantage.
You keep saying we. Who are you referring to, Lord Vader?
African Americans.
I didn't know you were black.
You know, I'm a man of color, but...
Good God.
What is happening here?
Well, this just got rather awkward.
Obviously, I want to start out this video by reminding my...
Yeah, send me the screenshots on like Instagram or Twitter.
Those that would...
Just tell me which one you look at. So that's on Instagram.
Take my videos in bad faith. Not my beautiful regular viewers, but those that think, for some reason, if I'm asking for context, that I'm offended by the things that are said by these Star Wars clones. But yes, having a problem with somebody based on the color of their skin is dumb. It is...
Wow, based.
It is the lowest IQ, biggest waste of energy anyone can have.
I'm ready for the butt.
Okay? I don't support it. I don't agree with it.
Okay.
I think it's dumb, and these people are dumb, and then I hope that they grow up.
What do you mean these people?
Up and get enlightened. I don't live in a super diverse area, but even I know...
Well, I do, but...
that these type of things can be real and are real.
Okay.
My issue is when they're blown way out of proportion to push an agenda, which is what I believe is happening with the Star Wars film. Of course.
Wait. Okay. So here's what I got. Hey, I know racism happens, but I feel like the only reason she's talking about her racism is to push an identity narrative. Is that what he's saying? Wait. Okay. Because it sounds like what he's saying is he's creating a situation where even if she proves that people are being racist to her, it doesn't matter because it's getting blown out of proportion. I would argue that a black woman getting called the N-word 100 times or multiple times is probably pretty upsetting. And in like the online sphere, it's a very normal thing to happen. And so you're just like, yeah, we see it all the time. She should get over it. But you're not a black person getting called the N-word. Like there's nothing you can really do to fully empathize with somebody as a white person to being called like the N-word, because you can't diminish me in any word. There's no single word you can diminish me in, because it just doesn't exist. We created that word to diminish you, but nobody has been successful in diminishing us back. What are you gonna call me, a cracker? Oh no. Like what? Like I don't know what you're talking about. You gonna call me a cracker? I don't know what you mean. Like there's nothing you can call me that will diminish me in the same amount of time. So like yeah, she's speaking up again about it. Like good for her. Like she's doing her thing. Like what do you want me to tell you? Just let me know when you send me the DMs and where you send them to me, okay?
Saying that gets your mentions filled with bots calling you all sorts of terrible things. But if you watched the news yesterday there was probably 50 different articles that all had the exact same type of headline. Okay. Here's a Hollywood Reporter. Obi-Wan Kenobi star. Star Wars defends Obi-Wan Kenobi star from vile online attacks. Okay. Here's Mia. She was subjected to vile racist abuse from Star Wars fans. Okay. E! Online. Star Wars released statement against racism. Like all this stuff.
I'm not seeing the problem. Like it's big news. Yes, I understand that. And it can be annoying. I guess. I don't know. Okay.
Ewan McGregor slams racist Star Wars fans, defends Moses Ingram. I don't have anything against Moses Ingram. Okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with her as a woman. I think that there's undeniable facts about the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, that it was extraordinarily well viewed. I believe Disney said it was their biggest launch to date. Of course, you know, they have more viewers now than they ever had before. So each new launch, as they continue to grow as a company, will likely break the previous record. But there's also the idea that just because a bunch of people watch something, that it's also awesome. I don't know. Most people seem to give it middling reviews. I'm not here to talk about whether or not Obi-Wan Kenobi is a good show.
It doesn't matter whether it's a good or a bad show. If people think it's bad and they're calling her the N-word because of its bad show, they think it's bad. That's completely unjustifiable.
There's certainly some cringe writing in it I've seen, but there's nothing that is relevant to the show in this narrative either. It's the same old trash that they trotted out with Kelly Marie Tran, where they said, "Oh my God, she had to disable her Instagram and or whatever because of all these people sending vile things to her about her skin color."
Well, so was it not true? Like, what is your argument? Like that people get upset when they get called the N-word? I'm not understanding. I don't understand like your fundamental argument. It seems like you're just annoyed that people are complaining that they're getting racist attacks. Like, oh my God, stop bitching about how people are being racist to you. How, like, that's literally you just refusing to listen. You just don't care, which is kind of, at the very least, racially ignorant. Okay.
Source, dude, trust me. Now, it appears these messages were sent to her on Instagram, and I really want to break it down. Sure, there may be messages that she didn't share publicly that were truly vile, and I guess I can only go off of what I've seen. But if this is the example of what launched 1,000 articles, and it's ridiculous. Okay, yes, nobody should endure any, kind of just unwanted hate. All right?
It sucks because I can't find any of the DMs myself. I really wish I could find them.
But my point is that everybody gets it. All right, and there isn't anything here to indicate that these are race related, in my opinion. First, she shares these, and by the way, I went to her personal Instagram page. Don't, if you do, just say positive things. Don't go there to be mean or call her this or that. That's not okay. All right. It doesn't bother me because I'm like an old grizzled internet guy who's kind of desensitized to it. But like, here's Sunday. Your days are numbered. That's really weird. That's
actually says your days are numbered.
Creepy. Not okay. All right. I agree with support and disavowing that. This one says, "You're not the first N with an A in Star Wars, fool." Also appears to be a black person that sent that. Not a lot of vile racists that I know that use the radio-friendly version of the N-word, although I don't really know any actual racists in real life, I don't think. But then you see, "You suck, loser. You're a diversity hire, and you won't be loved or remembered for this acting role." Okay. Again, not okay, but
I mean, that one's pretty bad. Like, you're literally saying that you're not a good actress and you're worthless. The only reason that you got hired is because you're black. That's very diminishing. Okay, like I think that's pretty bad. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, this is just like 14-year-olds.
Okay.
This one is weird. Diversity hire human shield. Operation Get Behind the Darkies is real.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that the thumbnail. I wanted to watch the video.
This is not a good not a good thumbnail. It looks like a YouTube thumbnail. I'm assuming that there's more to this. I don't think there's anything like directly racist about this other than maybe they're saying we're using a diversity hire to shield ourselves.
Bro, they literally call her a darkie. Like, are you an idiot? I don't understand. I really don't understand. Like, I don't get it. Wait, what? Okay, the diversity hire thing is kind of shitty, but like they call her a darkie. That's a. I don't even think I should be saying it. It's racist. How do you, I don't understand. Like, how are you saying that this isn't racist? What are you talking about? Okay. I don't know. Okay.
Some criticism is perhaps what they're saying. I don't really know. I haven't seen the video.
It's a South Park reference. Yes, yeah, I know what this is. You know what? I know what you're referring to. That makes it more racist. South Park generally uses comedy to relay a message, which most people do that with comedy, but right. So for instance, in their like game, like the Stick of Truth or whatever, the darker skin tone your character is, the harder the game is. That's a criticism on systemic racism. Like, so when they did this Operation Darkies thing, what they were saying is that like historically in war, and we don't do it now, but black people will be the first to die because they were considered less than. So for and I don't know if this is what you meant, but if you're like, oh yeah, it's just a meme from South Park, yeah, South Park was using it as like a racist term to relay a message of, again, systemic racism. So like, I don't know, and they're taking it on and using it unironically. They're saying she's a diversity hired as a shield, and they're just saying get behind her because she's black. Like they're just saying that they only hired her because she's black. Like what you have to understand, like she's not a bad actress. Again, I think her character's a little intense. That's how the character was written. So like, if you have an issue with the writing. Her acting isn't bad. She's a little bit intense and a little unlikable, but she isn't the writer. I'm just letting you know. So I think she did fine, though. I think she's a good actor. I think some of the stuff is a little cringy that they made her be like so intense. Like, I watched it, and I don't want to give anything away, but she had like disproportionate responses to interactions in the show. But like, somebody wrote that, right? Somebody wrote her to do that for the character. Okay, if anybody's being racist, it's the writer of her character. Okay, because they're playing on the angry woman, black woman stereotype. I don't think that's true, but we can get really woke here. Either way, regardless, she's not the problem at all. I think she was fine. I think she was good.
Video, I don't know whose video that is. And this is the last piece. So all in all, it was 3
Ayo Kenobi, you ain't finna run everybody forever, white boy. Get back here. Third sister, Obi-Wan. Oh yeah, that's them rewriting her lines to be racist.
messages. And
you have now been convicted into the St. George of Floydium of Star Wars. You are happy. This is incredibly racist. How the fuck does an alien know Ebonics? This is incredibly racist, this one. Wait, do you not show any more of them? Like, what? This one's
one YouTube thumbnail with perhaps clumsy wording on the title. This one says, "Ayo, Kenobi, you ain't finna run forever, white boy. Get back here."
These are super racist. Like, I don't, like, they're horrible. How do you not think that they're racist?
Third sister, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You have now been converted into the St. George of Floydium of Star Wars. Are you happy? How the F does an alien know Ebonics? If you look at these messages, first of all, this is written by a child.
Who cares?
This one is written by a child.
They're still racist. I don't understand. What's your argument?
This one is written by not a white person. So I don't know. I'm told that they.
This is my favorite part. Is this motherfucker like pretends that he's so like educated in like meme culture? Do you know how many white people there are with fucking black PFPs? Like, I don't know what you want me, like white troll kids put black PFPs. It's possible that they're black. Did you could go look up the person if you want. But like the idea, it's like, oh, well, it looks like they're a black person. It's like, okay, just because it does, it's a fucking, like, people create these accounts so that they can be shitty. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Can't be racist. Your days are numbered. That's creepy and cringe and wrong and bad. Okay, so like, but again, you're talking about somebody.
Why is he going through Why is he going through so much like mental gymnastics to pretend like it's not racist?
Massively. And then again, to be clear, none of these are okay, but I've just put.
Yeah, they're not okay. Why aren't they okay? Because they're very racist. So they're not. She's not wrong. And you only showed 4 of them, and there was a lot more. And I'm sure she even got even more. And I doubt that she's. I mean, like I don't know. And this is an article, so I would imagine they're afraid of putting like hard R in there.
Putting it in perspective, that if I went to my Instagram right now, okay, and I pulled up my message requests, okay, here's one from 10 hours ago. You have no discernible talent, Lamau.
Yeah, but they're right. Okay.
Okay. By the way, it's TheQuartering YT on YouTube. I mean, like, there's just like, okay, there's people that send stuff, you know, all the time that I don't know, or anybody
what else
can just send a message. I don't know how to.
You showed us one message that called you talentless. Can you show me anything else?
Turn that off. I'm sure I can somewhere, but I don't really care. I use my, I don't even know what I want to use my Instagram for, but I'm posting pictures of my dogs. I post videos there, stuff like that occasionally. But like, you know, I don't, is this it?
You only showed us one message. What are you talking about? And it wasn't anywhere near what, like the racism that, it wasn't anywhere near as bad as anything that she's received. What are you talking about? You can't, he's trying to say he identifies with it too, but you can't. I don't understand. This is so weak. Bro, the gymnastics that he has to go through to try to make it seem like it's not racist is incredible. This guy's actually insane.
Is this it? This is what we're having a complete meltdown over? It's not that big of a deal.
Okay.
You have Ewan McGregor out here clowning himself, acting like this woman, like people, like where, like, did people send her pictures of like burning crosses and say, get out of, you know, like, where is this? And to be honest with you, I don't even think you could really call any of these. I mean, you'd have to really stretch to call any.
Not really.
Any of these racist.
Probably not. This first one's probably a white person pretending to be black, so that's already racist. This one's incredibly racist. They're saying that she got converted into the St. George Floydium Star Wars. Like, how is it not racist to reference a fucking dead black guy? And like, I don't understand. How does the alien know you like Ebonics? What are you talking about? Like, they're mocking her like language. What the fuck are you on? This calls her a fucking darky and a diversity hire.
I mean, you have to.
I mean, this one is a diversity hire. That's racist. They're saying that she's talentless. She was only created. She was only like elected, whatever, chosen because she's black.
Really stretch to call any of these racist.
You're fucking. He's so dumb. How is TheQuartering so fucking stupid? Holy shit! How are you so fucking dumb?
This one definitely. The first one definitely isn't. Calling someone a diversity hire
is kind of racist.
Yeah, you could probably argue that that's fringe. You know, like, that's saying that you're only hired for this color of your skin. But I mean, we know that Disney does this. This is something that they openly say they do. I mean, it is kind of a. It is.
So you're saying that it's okay? You think that this is an okay thing to say?
Mean thing to say? Okay. This one, not racist.
I don't even know how you're saying this is not racist. You have to be actually intellectually stunted to think that this isn't racist. I don't understand.
Poorly worded, but you know, whatever.
What?
This one, again, written like
this one is incredibly racist. This one is the most racist out of all of them. How are you defending it?
12-year-old. You know, how many of these are English-speaking first language people even? And you're talking about 4.
What are you trying to... Okay. So now he's trying to say that it wasn't white people. Do you like that? Like his... Did you like that argument? They're white people. They're not white.
You know, how many of these are English-speaking first language people even? And you're talking...
See, he's trying to say that it's not white people, so it's like, okay, first of all, it's not okay even if they're not white. You're pushing the narrative that it's white versus black. Not a single time did I see anybody make the argument that it was all white people, right? You are creating this argument. To me, this signals that you literally are just very sensitive because you're identifying with this racism. Even if they weren't white, who cares? If they're fucking Hispanic, it's still racist. Or if they're like, who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck? Like, what? Wait, you stupid asshole. This is incredible.
talking about 4 random. How many thousands of messages did she have to go through to find these 4? Again, wrong, dumb, childish. But are we really going to launch a million articles? And the problem is these messages, which we don't even know who sent them. We don't have accounts. We don't. I mean, for all we know, Disney could have sent them as a part of the messaging.
Okay, so now they're all fake. Now there's like the question that they're even real. They're fake. They're not actually that bad. Okay, what other argument are you going to come up with? This is incredible. The mental gymnastics are fucking insane. I'm actually mind blown, but I'm mind blown.
As part of a marketing campaign. I don't know, again, when they were sent. There's no date on them. There's no account link to them. And they're not.
It's crazy how he's like, they're not that bad. But you know what? They might not even be real. Okay, so if they're not real, why do you feel the need to say that they're not real if they're not that bad? Like, you're all over the place in your logic here. I can't even find the rest of the Instagram story. I really wish I could, because I think that this is like horrible. I think it's horrible.
Really anything to get worked up about. I mean, I get stuff like this all the time.
No, you don't. You showed us one instance. You don't get anything like that. And you're a controversial content creator, so it's more expected. That's like if I was like, yeah, I get a lot of mean attack. Yeah, I talk about controversy. She's a fucking actress. This is not the same thing, right? Like, if you're in a controversial sphere where you're constantly saying dumb shit, of course people are gonna be mean to you, right? It's shitty. But whatever. I'm not super empathetic to people in like necessarily like the controversy sphere. But nobody should be targeted of racist attacks. But like, the fuck are you on about?
But they turned it into this marketing campaign, which is really dumb because, like,
no, the racists turned it into a marketing campaign. If your best argument is like people stop being racist, it just gives them the ability to say I told you so. That's your best argument. That's all you can run up with. That's it. I really wish that there were more Instagram things to this story, but there's not.
The show is otherwise, I would argue, at least according to Disney, a huge success. But all people are talking about now is this. She writes, and again, I don't know this woman. I don't have anything against her, and I don't think anyone should be sending her hate just for accepting a role. She shared accompanying with these screenshots. She shared a video message. She began, long story short, there are hundreds of those. Hundreds. I also see those of you out here who put a cape on for me. And that really does mean the world to me, because there's nothing anyone can do about this. There's nothing anyone can do to stop the hate, she reiterated. So I question what my purpose is even being here in front of you saying this is happening. I don't really know. Well, you're making the video for clout. That's why you're doing it. That doesn't mean that these people are...
Bro, why do people watch this guy? This is incredible. His entire argument is it's a conspiracy. I guarantee you she didn't show the most racist shit on there. She probably didn't show the N-words, like the hard R's, because it's probably like, I wouldn't doubt it. We don't even know. I can't find the original story, which is killing me.
Justified in the things that they said.
But from what we've seen, they're really bad. They're like really bad.
If there were literally hundreds, okay? If there were hundreds of these, this is the best you could come up with? A you suck loser?
Well, she said there were hundreds of them, but okay.
I get those, and I'm not in Star Wars, so how do you know that these are even loser? I get those, and I'm not in Star Wars, so how do you know that these are even Star Wars fans? These could just be trolls. They could be bots. They could be...
What does it matter? If they're not that big of a deal, why do you feel the need to say that it's not people that are part of the Star Wars universe? And then who cares, because the racism is bad. Also, I guarantee you that they are Star Wars fans, because why would they give a shit if they weren't Star Wars fans?
No. Again, at the end of the day, these messages obviously aren't okay. Everyone gets them. That doesn't make them okay. But I just worry about, now this is going to be used to smear Star Wars fans. And like,
it's not. Dude, what are you talking about? What are you saying? That's going to be used to smear Star Wars fans? How? How are they going to smear Star Wars fans? They're saying that some people, they said that the response was overwhelmingly positive, but some people were being really racist. There's like hundreds of messages. And even 100 comparatively isn't a lot based on how many people actually viewed it. I think like 15 million people viewed it. I don't know. Whatever. And you get 100. But still, it's enough for it to be like really mentally stressful and upsetting to the point where she's speaking out. Good for her. She should call it out. Good.
Media presents as like, oh, Star Wars fans have a huge racism problem. Like,
nobody's saying
really?
that except for you.
You have 4 messages.
He somehow made himself the victim.
3 or 4 of which are like not even what I would call anything, not even intelligible. Okay.
He's so dumb.
You know, I wish her all the best. You know, and the idea that these comments seem like bots to me,
okay, sure,
is suspect. It's laughable. You see a lot of comments saying, so a handful of anonymous accounts that could easily be faked. Well, I'm convinced. And
that's how trolls work on the internet, bro. You make an anonymous account so you can bully people. Like, that's usually what you do. It's a smart choice too. Keeps you nice and keeps you not have, you don't have to, you lack accountability. You know what I mean? So of course they're going to be, how are you going to verify? It's just some account. So yeah, you know what? They could have faked it all. I doubt it. That sounds fucking stupid. Because I don't doubt that people would be racist to a black person in Star Wars. Especially, like, I just don't understand. Like, your only argument is that it's a complete conspiracy, but I just don't think it is.
Honestly, these don't really sound like, well...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the same thing happened to Finn. I think so, too. He just didn't really complain about it, which is fine, but, like, he has every right to. So, he did complain about, like, China and, like, blocking him out. That was fucked up.
Except for this one. Again, if there are hundreds of them, I really wish you would share the account, because we could stand together and disavow them. But all this really does is sow more division in the fandom.
Not really. It doesn't do any of that. Nobody's thinking that at all. You're saying that. Like, you're insane.
Probably, I mean, again, I think we should just live by the, maybe just blocking people and be better to each other. The press would have any chance they get to disparage the fans. But I guess Congratulations on your huge success for Obi-Wan Kenobi. I hope the people that are watching it are enjoying it, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Incredible. So he somehow made himself the victim in this scenario by being a Star
Can I get
Wars
a count?
fan. Incredible. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.